I have got to get going. Can't really sit around and waste too much time. Bike is packed out completely. I've got a front roll now. It's a dry bag suspended from a bar, which is suspended from my TT bars. So, anyways, got some peanut butter M&Ms here. Just gonna chew through some of these, grab some water, and then get going. But about 45 minutes from home, as you can see there, and it's 10:30 in the morning. So time to climb this little mountain. All right, so this weekend they got the road completely shut down, barricade all the way across. Last week, the last hairpin down, right down there, they had work trucks, one at the bottom, one at the top, just making sure it was only local traffic, and they let me pass, as you saw. We're gonna walk past this and see what kind of stuff they're doing here. Well, this is my route for the day, and road looks clear. I'm gonna go ahead and cycle up past. These neighbor down here said that they had concrete trucks coming up and down, so they're probably reinforcing that part of the road that was caving off. All right, here's why they had the road closed. Last week I showed them drilling. It's hard to see, but that's one hell of a depression. It drops down pretty good. See, they've reinforced it with concrete. All that rebar, or those giant screws, there's a couple of remnants of them right there. This guy here behind us drilled in sideways, reinforcing underneath it, and then they use that as a reinforcement bed to put all that concrete in. Then probably going to come back over the top and pave it. So that guy. Anyway, so from the road surface there to there is probably about a 3-foot drop. It's hard to see on camera, but yeah, crazy. All right, guys, this is Sleepy Creek Mountain right there, and this is Back Creek running right through here on the other side of that tree line is Back Creek. This is called Back Creek Valley. This is the end of Tuscarora Pike. Ends up here at Buck Hill Road. Go straight across. Little town right there is called Shanghai. We'll go across the general store. I don't think I'll be stopping. I gotta get going. It is 11:18. I've gone 16.6 miles. I still got about 50 miles to go. All right, guys. So this is Posey Hollow, and my fears were unfounded. It's not muddy. It's starting to dry out. There is some, soft sections in the shadows. And there's a ridge line to my right, which is east. So you can't see it, but you can see the ridge line up there. That's Sleepy Creek Mountain. We're in Sleepy Creek Valley. On the other side of that ridge is the Potomac River. And that's where I'm heading, but I got to go up that way, over the ridge, and then back down that way. So where I'm heading is basically there, but I got to go up about 10 miles through a pass and then back down, and just so I get more climbing in. There's another ridge line I have to cross over. So let's see what we're looking at here. 25.1 miles and 3,000 feet of elevation so far. So you see we're at about 1,000 feet of elevation right now. This is a really nice little bike computer. It's a Wahoo Element Bolt. Sorry, got my chin strap underneath my throat. It's choking me here. Has an altimeter, a thermometer. Let's see, it's 56 degrees. GPS, plots everything. Runs about a 15-hour battery life. I'll charge it up tonight with my charger. Right now I'm running the charger to my cell phone, which is, I'm holding it. Yeah, I scared myself there for a second because I just came down a really fast descent. Yeah, I got to get cruising. I want to make camp by 6, and I'm going to be pushing it to make another 3,000 feet, 3,500 feet of elevation by 6 o'clock. So, but yeah, beautiful valley view. It's the first car that's ever passed me on this road. I've been down it twice. I've been, well, down it, up it, and then back. This is my second time down it. All right, guys, so Berkeley Springs is to our right. But it's just such a beautiful day out here in Apple Country. Passing through these groves here on Highland Ridge Road. Berkeley Springs is right around the corner there. And then I'll climb up and over that mountain ridge down to the Potomac and back around through Great Cacapon. And then back down 9 and then through Detour Road and Magnolia Road to Paw Paw. Alright guys, so we are 44.5 miles in. Let's take a look at our stats. That's the Potomac River down there. These are the Cacapon Mountains. I'm going to head down into Great Cacapon, is the name of that little town right there. So, go down, go across, go around that bend, not on that side of the mountain, but on this side of the mountain. The road goes around the bend. I go between this mountain and that mountain, and I cross over that mountain. Weighed the bike this morning. It was 57 pounds, and I picked up 2 waters. I've drank quite a bit and lost quite a bit, so I'd say it's probably sitting right around between 56 and 58 pounds right now. But I'll go over the whole setup when we get to camp. Alright guys, let's see where we're at. 54 miles, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, almost 4:15. I've got about 9 to 10 miles left. It's all downhill. And, well, a little bit windy and downhill, but some short little punchy climbs. But camp is actually, I'm going to go down this way, descend about 800 feet or so, and then climb over to the right. Cross over the river, which is down here. You can't really see it through the trees there, but somewhere, let's see if I can point it out, somewhere in this little hollow is the river, and on the other side of that river my campsite's back in here somewhere. Alright guys, so I'm getting ready to completely unpack here, but oh, let's see, let's go for a ride by the numbers today. Almost 76 miles. That's because I went up trail, should I say I went up river on the C&O instead of down river. So I chose a different campsite, and I went upriver too far and had to come back to this site because the site that's further upriver, it's about 3 miles away, didn't have a good tree selection. So as you can see, hammock's hanging. So yeah, average speed today was 11.7 over a 6 hour and 30-minute ride time. Of that actual run time, so there's our feet climbed, 76.26. I'm sorry, 67.26. And that cadence you don't care about. Average temperature is 60. And you can see I was paused for 2 hours and 22 minutes. Total ride time of 8:53. This is my overquilt, so I'll unpack that next and get the stove out and rehydrate some meals. But let's take a look at what this pack holds currently. It probably could hold a little bit more, but not much. So here's my bottle of water I was telling you about at the store. I picked this up. When you twist the cap off, if I want to refill, I've already done this twice. It works beautifully. Screw this guy on. It's got a straight through to this connector, and this connector is a water saver connector. So when you pull this out and pop it off, nothing will leak out of this tube. So it's a stopper as well. There's a plunger in there with a spring on it that stops it from draining back. So I pop the suction tube off, pop this in after it's screwed onto here, and just tilt this up and squeeze, and it forces everything in. And that's the way I've been topping off the bladder. So there's probably a solid 3 liters in here. This is a small bottle. I had a bigger bottle earlier. I drank half of it and put the other half into the pouch. So that was in there. Let's see. Oh, let's just go through the top here. I've got my inhaler, my wallet, phone cover for rain, my nun tabs, a charger for the bike computer. There's the actual charger itself. This is, I run it down into my iPhone, and I tuck my iPhone into this pocket here, and it's just the right width. Keeps a good amount of tension on. Let's see here. These are my ride fuel. These are Mission tortillas that have about 25 grams of Nutella inside them, and they're rolled up. And as you can see, I didn't get to them. I had 1 today. There was 8 in here, so there's still 7 in there, and they're all smashed together, and they're starting to solidify a little bit. So I'm gonna have to use those tomorrow. I went through quite a few of my peanut butter M&Ms. Not a whole lot. I mean, maybe half the bag, so that's what I accounted for. All right, we also got some Mountain House meals here. We're gonna take one of these out for dinner. That'll be dessert tonight. You can see I taped them. Tape just popped, but I taped them and then rounded the corners so that they wouldn't puncture the water bladder that's in there. So that's one. There's two more in there. This is my dinner. I'm gonna have a chili mac with beef and an apple crisp for dessert. For this, and that's breakfast in the morning. Biscuits and gravy. This is phenomenal. I've had both these, the chili mac and the Mountain House meals. I mean, I can't say enough good things about them. They're the gold standard when it comes to camping food, dehydrated or freeze-dried camping food. Stuff is phenomenal. Anyways, so I got 3 Mountain Houses in there, and then I had the water in there, and then the 3-liter water bladders in there, if you can see that. So if I pack correctly, oh yeah, also the Mission tortillas were in there. I probably won't take these on the trip. I was thinking I would. Having the peanut butter, the M&Ms, was just pop them in my mouth and just keep pedaling. I have to stop and pull over to drink because I can't drink while I'm riding for some reason. I can't catch my breath well enough to draw in water at the same, at a decent rate. So I'll just pull over and chug on this and then get right back to it. So that's why my average rate is so slow and why it's taken me almost 9 hours to go 75 miles. Quite a bit of climbing. So I'm really happy with the progress as far as the training's going. But I think I can survive this. Today was a very good indicator. The big one is going to be tomorrow. I got to go back. So I'm going to go back the same way I came, and there's a lot of freaking climbing.
It's about 1:45 in the morning, and I've experienced a train on the C&O. It's across the river on the West Virginia side. I'm on the Maryland side. And yeah, a train every 40 to 45 minutes. Unbearable. I'm not going to stay here again. That's for sure. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. I'm exhausted physically. I just can't fall asleep. I've gotten comfortable. I'm very warm. It's about 48, maybe 45 outside right now. And I'm actually very hot in spots. So, God, that's loud. Alright guys, so I got like no sleep last night. I think maybe I dozed off for 15 or 20 minutes, and then another train rolled through, woke me up, and then some geese were flying downriver and squawking up a storm. They woke me up. It was terrible. So I got up at 5, ate my biscuits and gravy meal, and let that settle. Had some coffee, 16 ounces of coffee, let that settle. Packed up slowly, rolled out of camp around 6:37, and rolled into Pawpaw. Topped off my water. I got 3 liters of water. Topped off my water. Chugged everything that was remaining, and climbed up out of Pawpaw. Now the hill going down into Pawpaw is pretty steep. I hit almost 50 miles an hour. Well, it depends on what you look at. I hit 53 according to Strava, and I hit 49.3 according to my Wahoo bike computer. So anyways, I am sitting here in a covered awning that belongs to this church because there's a storm passing through. So it looks like it's just about stopped, and there's where it's heading. That's the mountain. I got to climb over that mountain, but a little further down the ridge. So I wanted to get out of the rain. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit. It's in the 47, 48 range right now. I didn't want to be wet and start getting chills. I'm beat. Let's look at my stats right now. I'm 34.9 miles into my day. I've been riding for 3 hours and 14 minutes. I've already climbed almost 3,600 feet. So pretty good day behind me already, and I still have another 30-ish miles to go, maybe 32, somewhere in that range. So I need to get over these mountains. I got 2 more mountain passes to go through.
Sleepy Creek Mountain, which I just showed you, that ridge. And then that puts me down into Back Creek Valley. And then I need to head up Tuscarora Pike and back over into Martinsburg. And then I'm home free, because it's pretty smooth sailing from there. I mean, the roads aren't that great as far as traffic's concerned. Everyone's been really good, though. I've got a blinking red light on the back. Everyone gives me plenty of room. I can see them in my side mirror, so I scoot over as far as I possibly can. And, you know, everyone's been good about it, so no single finger waves. God, these dogs are carrying on something fierce. Well, I'm going to put the phone away, and actually I'm going to charge it. I'm taking this break. I'm maybe 15 more minutes. I'm afraid to sit down, because I'm afraid if I sit down I'm going to fall asleep, and I kind of don't want to do that. I mean, I do, but you know what I mean. I'm just going to have to power through this. This next climb is a grueling climb. It's one of the steeper climbs. Anyways, I've got another, I don't know, 7 miles before I even have to hit this climb. So I got to get a beeline going that way, and it's a slow climb up to the road that actually cuts off. Yeah, you live and you learn. I will never camp again where I camped, that's for sure, because trains. And all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Looks like the rain's completely tapered off now. Just gonna give it a few more minutes. Later.